All right. Hopefully this is better. I might have to cancel that subscription for the other one if this is better. I'm going to reshare some links and let's get to it. All right. We got a like already. Who's watching? Who do we have? We've got 4 people watching. Is this better? If this is better, then I'm just going to save my money and not go with the other program. Hey, Matt. I had to end the live stream and create a new one because it was lagging, but I'm hoping that this is a better. Thank you, Jocelyn. Yay. Okay, well, looks like I'm going to save $25 a month by canceling my subscription to that program. It just doesn't work for me. It works for a lot of people, but not me. So I'm going to reshare links real quick on Facebook, and then I want to get started. Okay. All right. I think I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry for the late start. I'm hoping that all my folks from the last live stream join me here. Yeah, so I was using this program called StreamYard because it was fancy, but I guess it's not working. So, or it's not working for me. Is it better? All right, so this is the first episode of Memoirs and Mother Nature. I started this podcast about 2 years ago, and I did upload 2 episodes onto all the podcast platforms. One episode was basically just about me and why I love nature. Another episode was talking about all the times I've been stuck, and those are pretty good episodes, but I thought it would be better to include you guys. And that was the whole reason for the StreamYard, because I wanted to podcast with people. So I wanted to bring on my subscribers to the podcast. So now I'm wondering if maybe I'll try again next Sunday and see if the connection's a little bit better. But that was the whole point of wanting to do the StreamYard. So if worse comes to worse, I mean, I might have to just podcast with people who I can connect with and get together side by side and podcast with. So, and I've got a lot of people in mind. Jocelyn says she loves getting stuck stories, and that's because she has been involved in most of them. So, has anybody else who's watching right now does anybody else have a great story about getting stuck? I think that I've learned so much every time that I get stuck. I learn more about my vehicle. I learn about all the things that I need to change and how to be smarter on the next adventure. Sometimes it's inevitable, but most of the time you can prevent getting stuck. So CTTC, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Matt McDermott says, heading back to Henderson right now from Boron, saying hi. And he's been working out there in Boron. Pretty interesting. Been to Boron a few times. It's a pretty cool place if you love the desert. So I'm just getting the hang of everything. I'm hoping that next time the StreamYard does work, the connection does work better. It does say to connect your computer to the hard line of your internet, but I thought I could get away with not doing that. Maybe I'm not sure how we can do this, but maybe you guys can share stories about different things and I can go over them on the podcast. The whole point of this is that I really wanted you to be involved. So Matt McDermott says that he's been very stuck in Bennell Bay, and I'm not sure where that is. Can you tell us where that is? And maybe give us a little bit of the story so I can let the people who are listening to the podcast know what your story of getting stuck was. Anybody else got some interesting getting stuck stories that they want to share in the chat? I think this would be a really good first podcast where we can share our stories. Oh, Bennell Bay is on the Arizona side of Lake Mead, and I can see why you've gotten stuck there. Lake Mead is notorious for having people get stuck. The first and only time I got stuck at Lake Mead was at Government Wash. All right, so I'm going to move on for right now. Does anybody else have any stories that they want to share? I guess I'll go over more of the podcast here in a minute. Fishing Money says he was out at Lake Mead fishing, and at the end of the trip, the whole family got stuck in his F-250 and ended up getting stuck in the sand, and it was about midnight, and he was sort of panicking. Getting stuck at night is never fun, and I'm sure it is obviously way worse when you have your family involved and you need to keep them safe and all that. It's important to always have food with you, extra food. It's important to have extra blankets and flashlights, toe straps. Toe straps are the number one thing. Those kinetic straps are pretty good. Matt says he was driving along in his F-250 also, and all of a sudden he was going through some soft sand with his four-wheel drive in and went all the way up to the frame, and he had to walk out to get cell service. He broke his U-joint and his front axle. I definitely know what it's like to get stuck and have to travel far to get some sort of service. The last time Jocelyn and I got stuck, I actually had to give my boyfriend's phone number to a guy on a side-by-side and hope and pray that he was able to give the information to my boyfriend. And lo and behold, my boyfriend did show up, and that guy was certainly an angel. Jocelyn says, Snore, the Southern Nevada Off-Road Recovery will help you recover for free. And yes, that is an incredible group. And the people who do help you get out are actually trained from Snore. And they even have paperwork that you sign for liability issues. But they are an incredible group of people, and they have gone above and beyond to help people. Fish and Money said he knew from his story of when he and his family got stuck, he knew that he had four-wheel drive, but he had never used it in about 6 years of owning his truck. He got out, locked the hubs and on the four-wheel drive, and slowly pulled himself out of the sand at Hemingway. Well, Hemingway is a notorious spot for people to get stuck. That is for sure. Sometimes that sand looks more hard-packed than it actually is, and with the way the water changes with the levels, you never really know if there has been water there recently or there hasn't, and that sand is really hard to gauge, and it's almost like cement and quicksand. this is a fun first episode. Anybody else want to share their stories of getting stuck? Do you have any tips? I want to know, Matt, what did you learn from your experience of getting stuck? Do you pack your car differently? Do you have a different, like a sort of like a bug out bag or anything in your vehicle in case you do get stuck? What if you have to stay there for a few days to get help? The one thing that I have invested in, and once I'm finished with the podcast, I'll leave it in the show notes on the podcast and also here on YouTube, is I did invest in a Garmin InReach. It is quite the investment. It costs about $350 for the mini, and I pay for the unlimited plan, which is $55 a month, and I can text as much as I want. I can get weather updates, and it's just really nice. So I cut back on other things in my spending just so I can have this peace of mind. And the way I look at it is my life is worth way more than $55 a month. So look, as soon as I said that, CTTC 1016 said the Garmin InReach. It is well worth it to have the peace of mind. And what's great is the Garmin InReach actually connects by Bluetooth to your phone. So when I first got it, I thought it was going to be like the old cell phones when you were texting. You have to go through, find the letter, and do all that. But it's great because it's Bluetooth to your phone. So it's really just a satellite device that is Bluetooth to your phone. You just use your phone to do everything. It's completely easy. Hey, Bob, we've had some hiccups. I was using this program called StreamYard, but it just didn't work out for me. I might just have to do things this way for a while and then just see how I can have my subscribers on. We might have to just do it this way for a little while. I had high hopes, but sometimes simple is just better. Bob, to catch you up, we are talking about how we have been stuck and things that we've learned, maybe tools that we use now that we didn't use when we were stuck, and just lessons learned. So if you have any of your stories, you can share them with us too. Matt says, that's how we got stuck. Tips, handyman jack, a ratchet strap, and a 2x4 like snow chains, shovels, and gloves. Houston Dave says, driving along the beach in Bolivar Peninsula near Galveston, he got stuck in the sand. I've been to Galveston. It's actually, the sand there is quite like certain places in Lake Mead, and that's all kind of similar. When you have water going in and out, and it looks hard packed because it's wet, and it just looks like it's hard packed. You never know; it could be like quicksand under there. Fishing Money says he wants to try to pull a boat out of the water with his 2-wheel drive truck, and he could not do it. He had to have 4-wheel drive up to him to pull them both out. Apparently, so this was a story where Fishing Money was going to help somebody, and he needed 4-wheel drive, and he didn't, and then he learned his lesson. So from that moment on, he made sure that he had a vehicle with 4-wheel drive. Matt did have a winch, but yeah, it's pretty difficult to use a winch in certain areas of Lake Mead, and the desert isn't a very promising area for winches. As we know, if you've ever used a winch, it's great to have a sturdy tree, and we don't really have a lot of those in the desert and around Lake Mead. So when those are good, it's when it's like vehicle to vehicle or something else heavy that's nearby. I have 4-wheel drive too, but I have a solenoid that's out, and I need to fix that. And on my list of things for my vehicle this year are new tires, a lift kit, and to fix the 4-wheel drive. So I can go just about anywhere. if you know, I've been fixing my car here for the last several months, just trying to work on it. It hasn't been getting the greatest gas mileage. It's been running like crap, and so I've changed a bunch of things. I cleaned the carb, and I just changed out a bunch of stuff. Well, it turned out um it was two of the things that go above the spark plug. I forgot what they were called. Oh, coil packs. It was 2 coil packs. So all that work, and it was just 2 coil packs. So I replaced those. The car is running great. I'm getting excellent gas mileage again. But I think with all the other things I changed too, it didn't hurt to change it. It probably actually helped. So, and cleaning that carb really helped too. If you are here, hit the like button. We are talking about getting stuck and how we got out of that and lessons that we learned from that. Well, I kind of wish this started out a little bit smoother, but as time goes on, I'm going to still be doing these once a week on Sundays at 1 p.m. and it will get better over time. Not going to cancel my StreamYard subscription just yet. I want to try it again next week and see if I can use it. But if I have to be hardwired in, I don't really want to use it, mainly because I do have a trip planned with Jocelyn coming up in the near future. And if I had service where I'm going, or if I can find service, I kind of wanted to do an on-location live stream podcast. So I wanted to see how that goes. If you are here, hit the like button. Do you have any stories that you want to share with us from getting stuck or getting pulled out, or how you got unstuck, how you got out? Oh, look, the chat was really backed up. It must be my internet. Let's see. No, it looks fine. All right, so let's just talk about plans that I have in the future for future adventures. As you know, one of my amazing subscribers basically purchased every book in my Amazon wishlist. And I've got a trip planned to the border of Nevada and Arizona, so I get to use those books to plan my trip, and I'm so excited. I've got so much stuff planned. I want to do some gem trails. I want to do some ghost towns, and I'm going to play in the water. Also, I did pick up, this is the reason why I was a few minutes late today for the live stream, but I had to drive to Henderson. I live in Las Vegas, so the drive was about 45 minutes. I drove over there to pick up a stroller for my bike. And what I'm going to do is, or not a stroller, sorry, a trailer for my bike, a trailer that holds children. And I'm going to hook that up to the bike. And I've got an extra GoPro, an old one. And I'm going to hook the GoPro up to the inside of the bike. And that's going to be Bruce's little quarters while I'm biking around. So I want to do like a little Bruce cam moment. And if it really works out, I might do some bike camping soon, where I pack up all my backpacking stuff into my bike and then take that with me and take Bruce with me, and we can just do some bike camping trips. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Back to the getting stuck adventures, though. Bob says a long time ago he would go to the mountains with a friend in Wyoming, and he would purposely get stuck to learn a way better way to get unstuck. And I've actually had this idea before, and I did mention this a long time ago that I wanted to do that once my four-wheel drive is fixed. It's just a wiring issue or a solenoid. I'm not sure too much about it. I'm learning as I go, which is the great thing about having an older vehicle is I'm learning a lot about vehicles, about cars. So that's actually really smart. As long as you have another vehicle with you, a vehicle that's capable of getting you out, I think that is a really good idea to just practice your skills on, getting out of tough situations. The other me is in the chat. He has an incredible YouTube channel about Las Vegas. So if you guys are coming to Las Vegas and you want to do the tourist thing, he's got a great channel. He'll tell you where to eat, where to go, all the fun stuff. And his videos are pretty impressive. So go check him out. If you guys are here, hit the like button. I wish that, yeah. So, sorry. Bob said that in his times of learning how to get unstuck, and he would only bring a shovel with him, which is pretty cool. I always carry a shovel. The last shovel I brought, though, when Jocelyn and I got stuck in Carpenter Canyon, it was one of those fold-up ones, and it didn't work very well because we're in a creek, and it just was not sturdy enough to move rocks and stuff, so a better shovel would be great. Jocelyn, just subscribe to The Other Me. Good choice. That's a really good channel. I also, yesterday I went to the off-road swap meet, which is Kurt LeDuc's off-road swap meet. Usually it's down near the, I think, Marietta area in like the outlet mall parking lots. But this year, it was in Johnson Valley, where they hold King of the Hammers. It was in Lasertown. So I went there. We drove to California just for the day, and it was a great time. It was really cool to just walk around. I'm from that area, really close by, and it's been a long time since I've been to California, especially that part of California, and it was really nice to be there. And that swap meet was a lot of fun. That's a good spot to have it. Way better than a parking lot because you can camp nearby, and it's just a fun time. So I did get something. I got a little rack for my tow hitch. So my car is going to be a little less crowded, and especially since I want to bring my bike and that little trailer. So having that tow hitch rack is going to be really great. So now I can carry extra gas with me and keep it on the outside of my vehicle. So that was pretty cool find. And I got it for like $20. So I did make a video on that, and that will be out soon. I have a few other videos coming out. Tomorrow I have a video coming out about organizing my camping gear, which was a huge relief. I took all of my camping gear and organized it the way it should be. All of my bathroom and my maintenance stuff, like my toilet and some tarps and other things that just go around camp, is in one bin. All of my kitchen stuff, even my stove, is in another bin. So when I go camping now, it's just 2 bins, the tent, the cot, and my bedding stuff. So it should be a lot easier. And I'll leave some links for things in that video tomorrow about some of the things I use. And then also I'm going to create a checklist that you can use too on your next camping trip. And hopefully it'll help you out too, because if you watch some of my previous videos, you know I forgot some stuff. So probably going to sign out here in the next 5 minutes because I've got a video to edit and I've got a lot of stuff to do. The Other Me says I hit a lot of great places. Thank you. I do a lot of research, and like I said, one of my subscribers sent me all of the books that I had in my Amazon wish list, and it really helps with the planning process. So Matt says he always forgets something when he goes camping. And we sort of have that idea. Well, if I don't have it, I don't need it. Well, sometimes when you're camping, there are things that you do need. So, yeah, it kind of sucks to forget stuff. But, yeah, just having those 2 bins, even if I'm not going to use everything, it's just 2 bins. If it's perfect inside my vehicle. Yeah. The research process that goes into creating videos is really mind-blowing because, before when I would go places, it was just research just to go have fun. But now a lot of times when I'm going out with a more of a purpose because I want to share that with you. I want to create a story. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. Jocelyn said, I think we can talk for another 20 minutes and go over the things that she forgets while camping. Isn't that true? That's why I created those bins, and should be good. Should be good. So now I just, what I need to do is go through I have a toolkit that I carry in my vehicle. I need to go through that and organize that a little bit better. So that'll probably be the next step. And I need to go through my backpacking stuff. I have a backpacking trip planned. My first solo backpacking trip. So I need to go through that stuff. Rita says she often carries crap that she knows she won't need, and then she ends up needing it, and everyone is glad that she is a pack rat. That's so true. Oh my gosh, you can ask Jocelyn. I bring a lot of stuff when I'm camping sometimes, but I end up using most of it. It just seems like so much. And yeah, I've been camping with people who have been camping for longer than I've been alive, and I have the necessities usually, and they show up with a lot of stuff too, but I always feel like I'm the one that rescues the day, which is kind of a good feeling. If you're here, can you hit the like button on the video? It really does help me out. And if you're listening to the podcast, then I think there's a place where you can review it. If you can review the podcast, I would really appreciate it. Next podcast will have a little bit more structure. This is kind of just the test. Do we have any topics that we should cover on next Sunday's podcast? If we do, leave it in the comments, and then I'll try to be a little bit more structured. I do like the open chat feel. It's pretty fun. I like hanging out with you guys, and it's great to get some ideas from you guys too. So if you have any topic ideas for next Sunday's podcast, please leave it in the comments. How is the picture quality? Is it blurry? It looks kind of blurry on my end, but I might be having some connection issues with the internet. It is. I don't know why. I'm in the room where the modem is. Cox internet is like the worst service right now. It's like the only one that Las Vegas has. Yeah, Matt, you know what? After this live stream, I'm going to send an email out. And actually, let me create a Google form real quick. Because I have an email list that I used from when I had a website. I had people sign up for the email list, and now, since I don't have a website, I just use Google Mail and send emails out like that. But there's really no way for me to get your email address to have you on my email list so I can send you, emails with updates. So I'm going to do that right now. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Hey Rita, I'm not doing the blog at the moment. Rita asked if I'm doing the blog anymore. I do have plans to build a blog. However, with the name, I just recently changed the name from Recreation Outside Las Vegas to Out and About with Diane, and I wanted some time to build up a new website. I've got my plate full right now, so I will be starting the blog again soon, and I will let you know. So right now, my emails are kind of like a little blog. Okay. So if you guys want to join the email list for updates, there is going to be a link in the description. I just created it. So yeah, join the email list, and then I'll send you guys updates with I don't like to send out too many emails. It gets really spammy. So I'll probably send out an email today. I only like to send out about one a week. And it's a great way for you guys to connect with me too outside of the videos. You guys can just reply to the email and it comes right back to me, and I respond to every single email. So all right. So anybody have any topics for next Sunday? Any ideas? I've got a pen and a paper ready to write. If not, that's okay. You can also email me some ideas for podcast topics. Obviously, the title of the podcast is Memoirs of Mother Nature, and so we want to keep it kind of like nature-y. So fire starting. That's a good topic. We can do a topic about fire starting and fire safety. And then yeah, and we can go over some of that. But I'm going to go. Wait, Jocelyn says we could talk about people we've never met on the trail. That's actually a good one. And we can correlate that with Bob's. Bob says encounters with wildlife. So we'll stick with those two topics for next week. I'm going to try the podcast again from the StreamYard next week. I really want it to work. I don't want to give up just yet. So hopefully the internet is a little bit better next time. And yeah. You might see me on and off through the week. I might try to do little live streams here and there so I can just figure this out. They won't be saved to the YouTube channel or they won't become a podcast, but at least I can figure out the bugs and try to figure it out, try to make it a little bit better. So all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Tomorrow, I've got the video of the organizing my camping gear. Wednesday, I've got a video from a hike I did in Red Rock. And then next week, I've got the next video from the off-road swap meet. So make sure you have your notifications on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.